Enew would have preferred to go to the War Dome on planet Lectroy, where all the fun games and electronic gadgets were, but he knew it was out of the question since Kenom was going into politics. So he resigned himself to a bit of boredom in exchange for a chance at a front row seat in a high-stakes game of politics. Besides, he liked Kenom a lot, and he knew that because of Kenom's high lead count, it would make the trip interesting and maybe even fun. Before they were scheduled to disembark for Ob, Kenom and Enew had to take a War Dome orientation class to familiarize themselves with living on a War Dome and get an idea of what was expected of a War Dome patrolman. They both signed up for a 3-day class called Dome Patrolmen, Duties and Obligations, and another 4-day class called War Dome Orientation for Planet Ob. They had to learn some of the basics of interspecies cohabitation. First of all, in order for the electromen to commingle with Homo sapiens, the Z501 electrobody has to be vulcanized in an organic-like material called Zemtex. Organics, especially those that have a brain size under 1500 centimeters, are not ready to accept brains in electrobodies. They have a fear of mechanical-looking beings. They become very hostile and would never voluntarily commingle with these alien things from outer space. That's why all the electro-people who travel to organic-based planets for business or patrol duty must have their electrobodies vulcanized with a covering that looks halfway organic. History shows the consequence of overlooking this little detail. When a research team from the electro-people planet Verton landed on the organic planet Kenom, with no covering on their electrobodies, the Klingons, with the brain size of approximately 1100 centimeters, promptly destroyed the entire expedition and ate their brains. The Verton expedition taught everyone in the electrobody community a valuable lesson about the unstable nature of brains in organic bodies and the need to make the Z501 electrobody more organic looking. After the attack on the expedition, the Vertons began working on an organic covering for their electrobodies to make exploring on organic Homo sapien populated planets more feasible. The first coverings were made from Velex, which is an organic byproduct. These coverings didn't pan out as the organic matter clung to the wiring and caused circuit damage. They solved the problem by using Fontex, which is more stable material made from ground-up Polex. Zimmnel uses a material that their scientists developed called Zemtex. It is used almost exclusively for all their electrobody coverings because the raw material to make Zemtex is found in abundance on Zimmnel, and it makes it the most cost-effective material to use. The original coverings made by the Vertons were very elaborate. They actually made each covering have a distinctive look to match the organic beings on the planet they were planning to invade. That turned out to be too expensive as well as too much work. It took way too many hours to just get into one of those outfits. Vertons found that all the time and money wasn't worth the trouble. As long as electro-people looked organic and had arms, legs, eyes, and a mouth, and brought gifts, they were pretty much accepted. Nowadays, most Homo sapiens accept that all space travelers look more or less alike, so just a good practical organic-like covering does the trick. However, when the Homo sapien brain size reaches around 1800 centimeters, they begin to suspect something because while they are limited to near-space travel, it becomes obvious that those coming from deep space must have somehow overcome their organic body limitation. But they are not certain just how it's done. Those in power that suspect a cover-up say nothing. It is a very guarded secret meant to keep harmony in the galaxy. You never know how the small brain-size Homo sapien masses are going to react if it were to be made public that it is suspected that electro-people are in their midst. In the War Dome orientation class, Enew and Kenom learned about the history and structure of the War Deterrent Dome compound. Up until then, they knew very little about them, because they are tucked away on a small organic-based planet light years away from Zimmnels. The Zimmnellians have never heard of them. Most Zimmnellians have never heard of them. A War Dome complex consists of a central dome, 8 patrol domes, and 8 mini-domes. They are all connected by a series of underground tunnels. Inside the tunnels are small 4-passenger dome shuttles that run throughout the tunnels on steel tracks. The layout of this entire dome is like a wheel, with the central dome being the hub. The patrol domes, which house the neutron blaster guns, have connecting tunnels which make up the first ring of the wheel. The outer ring is made up of 8 mini-domes connected by a long circular tunnel around the perimeter, which has hundreds of small arms firing ports. During war season, the patrol dome on Ob is manned by 400 planet patrolmen from Zimmnel and about 450 Homo sapiens from nearby planet Flexton, and a small contingent of about 20 God-Force-believing Plutons, who are electro-men from planet Pluton. The central dome houses a large neutron blaster generator that supplies the power to the neutron blaster guns. It is also Planet Patrol Command headquarters, as well as the electronic control center for the entire compound. There are about 5 floors in Central Dome. Floor 1 is called the Flexton gaming floor. It is also the main tunnel shuttle transfer station. Flextons are allowed complete access to this floor. Floor 2 is called the power floor because of the floor where it's the floor where you find the neutron generators. This floor is restricted. The floor is only for electromen. No Flextons are allowed. Floor 3 is a main computer room with hundreds of electro-cubicles. This is also where you find the patrolmen's electro-shutdown dormitories. There are a few Flextons allowed on this floor, mainly for cleaning and maintenance. Floor 4 is administration floor, where all administrative work is done. A few Flextons are also allowed on this floor again, for cleaning and maintenance. Floor 5 is the war room or commander area. This floor has the patrol commander and his staff. All decisions concerning the operation of the entire war dome are made here. Only Zimmnellians are allowed on this floor, no exceptions. The 8 patrol domes in this compound are 3-floor domes. The 8 patrol domes in this compound are 3-floor domes where the neutron blaster guns are located. The neutron blasters are on the top floor, and they are manned by 4 Zimmnelian blaster patrolmen. The top floor is off limits to everyone else, even regular patrol Zimmnellians. The main floor is occupied by the Flextons. There's 1 Flexmaster per dome. Each Flexmaster is in charge of his dome and is independent of the other 7 domes. Each entourage consists of 24 Flexlords and 30 or so Flexmen. The Flexlords are privileged upper class and have a high lib count, and they have no war duties. They come here in this dome every season to eat, drink, talk, and have a good time. They always throw lavish parties. No one objects since their planet is paying the bills. The Flexmen are the worker bees of the dome. They are mostly low-lib men who do all the cooking, cleaning, and dome maintenance. On the perimeter there are 8 mini-domes. These domes are originally observation posts set up as an early warning system to alert Central Dome of the impending attack from near space or from a ground attack. These days, they're not used because there's no threat. There's nothing to observe but the landscape of Ob. These domes are seldom occupied because of their isolation. They can be occupied by anyone from Zimmnel, provided they have permission from the Galaxy Control Center and the Patrol Dome Commander. Mostly artists, writers, and thinkers ask to use these mini-domes because it's quiet and the view is spectacular.